Seattle, Washington, home to renowned franchises present and past, from the Seahawks to the Supersonics, but there is a cornerstone program in this city. It is the Huskies of UW. They've always had a place here, a place of excellence that these fans hope will continue today. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. The Buckeyes will put total leather and will get started. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Washington Huskies offense will get the first crack at it here. And not only is this guy the energy and the engine of the offense, there's a certain charisma that he has that sort of elevates everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Maurice. It just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing in him to lead this offense down the field towards scoring points. This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Washington right back to the line. He wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. Showing off those sweet feet as he gets it to the 45.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
He's got his man across the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. The Huskies are on the move. The give to the tailback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Got his man quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands. So
always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Washington sends out the punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. So Ohio State's offense taking the field for a chance we have to see them today. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David?
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground, and they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, a lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
Power football with the run. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment.
Pulls it in on the right. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
That's a great job getting the first down by that guy. He's a big-time weapon. He's got the speed. He's got everything you look for in a wide receiver. And it's funny, you think about Ohio State football. Back in the day, Woody Hayes running the ball 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But recently, they've been recruiting playmakers at the receiving position because this offense has changed. It's now up-tempo. They're now throwing the ball vertically down the field, and they've had so many guys go in the first round in recent years. This dude right here fits that mold to a T. Love watching this guy play.
Makes his connection. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Moving out of the pocket. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. From the gun, running back gets the give. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Snags it. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Line gets set, 1st down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing.
All right, I like the aggressiveness. I want to be aggressive as a play caller when I'm coming out of my own end zone, when I got a little bit of space to throw the football. And you can tell they wanted to be aggressive, wanted to take a shot. Defense was ready, locked them down, but thank goodness, still had a little space left.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety. The kickoff team lined up. They'll have to give it back after giving up that safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a...
And he's running in the open. He's at the 10. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point is good. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
He's got him wide open. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
This offensive line does such a good job communicating in their pass protection. You can see guys passing defenders off to one another, and that's why the quarterback gets so much time to complete that throw deep downfield.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. On the ground, it's Hurley. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He'll pull it down and run. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here. Blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw. Running back understood. Pick up a nice positive gain when they were trying to get a blitz and maybe create a tackle for a loss.
At the 20, he's got space. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the 2nd quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. 1st down to start the drive after the break. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Quarterback adapting. Shakes off the tackle. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Now it's 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And they close that drive going to the air for the final few inches. And he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like there's...
Off he goes! And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Hurley. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Got it behind the line. It's Hurley. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Loss of 2.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Wants to go up top. Got it set up on the outside. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Gets it out fast. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Got some work to do after that last play, 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built a lead.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Washington sends out the punt team. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. To the air on first down. They're trying to get to it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
They'll line up for a second down play. Give to the running back. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, 3rd and long coming up. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabs it in the middle. And sure tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. He'll come out throwing on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's right on target. They stop him just a length or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on.
He'll take a shot. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Ohio State 30, Washington 0.
The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to the ground with the running back. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets to the 14.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. They're setting up the screen. Powers through the defender. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. First down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. Washington wants to go quickly. Off-play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Heaves it on the run. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And there's an example of what happens when a quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Safe completion on the screen. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Washington hoping to make this defense bow down in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He wants to throw it again. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Husky.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football there.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop down right now before the half? They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
He's looking to throw it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Quarterback will audible. Now he's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Washington about to boot it deep to start things in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the Heat gets there, and they get it down at the 14-yard line.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
He makes the connection, and he's dragged down.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Wide open downfield. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
Defense is about learning the plays. Third down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
Going up top on first down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on third and long from the 41. Finds his target down the middle. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the big...
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the pummeling has started. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Ohio State 37, Washington 7.
He'll return it. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that, dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
Open space at the 25. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Bulls his way forward. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. As they come to the line on third and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Quarterback on the keeper. And the Huskies will keep this drive going.
This quarterback is so dangerous, and it looked like the defense had him corralled. It looked like they were ready for him to keep the football, but that quarterback is just too good. He's like a water bug. So good, short area quickness, able to make guys miss and then go get the first.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Caught on the outside. It's Hurley.
Second down pass. Complete to the back. No gain on the play.
Third and short coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Not able to pick up that first down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on fourth.
And I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this first down.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Runs through a tackle. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. No hesitation on that call, and no reason not to go for it on 4th and inches.
We're bigger than you, we're tougher than you, we're stronger than you, and we're going to get a push, and they did it right there.
They'll throw it on first down. Gets it out quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got his man. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Huskies.
The quarterback's ability to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Coming after him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. And the Buckeyes brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
This is an offense that leads the nation in first downs because there's so many different ways they can.
He's going to throw deep right side. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Running back searching for a hole. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Looking to throw for it. Got the quick pass. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, bring the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the
touchdown, Ohio State. And the stomping has commenced. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Ohio State, 44, Washington.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And, David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
No, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
And, David, you just wonder at this point, is it just too little too late? This is one of their best playmakers offensively, but they just haven't been able to get him going in this game. Big reason why they're losing.
Yeah, and the defense has done a great job.
And the quarterback is snowed under. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. You take your steps, you get the ball out, it's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
Feeling some heat. Finds a man in the middle. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Washington has a lot of things working, set up with another first down. He's going to pass. He's got his man. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Hurley. And they pick up just a few on that completion. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Getting some heat. Working that left side. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And he just continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked into what this defense is trying to do.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal.
Well, I think the defense was even caught off guard on that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop.
And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to compete, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You're powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Pressure coming. Finds a crease at the 20. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Goes to the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. He got it. And that will extend their lead even further. With that field goal, now it takes a touchdown to beat them. So you want to pin them back and then let the defense have a little room to work with. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not...
And the quarterback goes... the 11-yard line. This play will be a big indication of whether this drive goes anywhere on 2nd and long from the 11. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
He's got an open man. Nothing but green ahead. The 20. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him. There's a flag on the field. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. Got room on the return. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.